Hi everyone, my name is Jenna and welcome to my channel Divine Direction. In this video, we're going to be doing a pick a symbol reading inspired by my new deck called Sea Melodies. So take a moment and pick which symbol resonates with you the most, and then look down below for the corresponding timestamps to find out what messages you have from the mermaids. As always, this is a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave the rest, and please listen to your own intuition above all else. Okay, pile number one. So let's find out what messages the mermaids have for you. And today I am using my Sea Melodies deck if anyone is interested. Okay, so the cards that came out for you were Reflect, and it says peer into the endless ocean and see what peers back. You also received the Communicate card, which says things left unsaid will never reach the shore. I love that card. And finally, the Flow card, which says let your worries drift away. Okay. So there's a few things that I'm receiving for this, but the biggest one that I'm receiving for you is that right now is a really good time for you to reflect on your life. So I've talked about this a couple of times, and what I'm going to say here is like, I guess you could call it doing a life audit. That's what I kind of interpret it as. It's like taking some time to sit and be like, okay, so where is my energy going? Where is all of my time going? Maybe looking at your daily routines, your schedule. Where am I spending maybe way too much time? Am I putting too much energy into some things that I'm not happy with? Am I putting too much time into people that are not maybe giving me as much time and energy back? So I'm definitely feeling that the relationships aspect is part of this, and I'll kind of talk about that in a minute. But this is like, sometimes we get so busy in our lives, especially if you're working, and like they're showing me maybe like a busy parent that not only working, but then you come home and you have kids, and there may be like, maybe not recently, but you may have to help them with homework, you have to do the laundry, dinner. But what I was gonna say is, you know, taking them to hockey or to dance recitals and that sort of thing. It's like, we have become so busy that it's like we don't even stop to think like, where's all my energy going, right? I was reading this book called Present Over Perfect, and what it kind of talks about in there, it's like you may be saying yes to a lot of things, but it's like if you don't realize that if you're saying yes to a lot of things, even especially the ones that maybe you're not as into, but you feel that you kind of have to do, you're actually saying no to the things that you enjoy doing. And it's the same thing. It's like, it doesn't have to be like somebody asks you, hey, can you help me with this charity fundraiser? And you're just like completely exhausted, but you're like, oh, you know, it's for charity, so I should do this. This could also just be you maybe spending more time with your work or that sort of thing. I'm kind of getting the feeling that with COVID restrictions, and a lot of us are working from home now, so it kind of like the lines between work and home life can be so blurred with you working from home, and even beforehand just having access to other people. Like I remember working and I had my BlackBerry back then, and it's like my boss would constantly text me, and I'm like, okay, but I'm at home. It's the weekend. I have the weekend off. Please stop texting me. Please don't bring me into this, because I really, really just want to relax and enjoy my weekend. So it's kind of hard when, you know, people can still email you for work stuff, and it's like, no, like now's my time to do my at-home stuff. So it's really going to depend on you and your life. Some of you may be single, and it's like, am I spending too much time? I don't know, like, they're even showing me like maybe spending too much time going to the grocery store. And it's like, that might not necessarily be a bad thing, but what they're saying is, okay, where can you edit things out? Where can you make things a little more efficient? Can you work smarter and not harder with some things so that you have extra time to do more of what you love to do? So even with the example of their grocery store, which I really love that they sent me that, because my family before we moved where we are, like right now we live in a small town where you have to drive at least 20 minutes to get to a grocery store, right? But before we moved here, we lived in a town that had several grocery stores. So we would go like every other day just to grab a little bit, right? You grab maybe something for that night's dinner, but now we do one grocery shop. And I mean, that was even before COVID. We just do one on a Saturday or something like that. We go, we get it done, we get enough for the week or beyond, and then, you know, you save the rest of these little trips. And it might just be a 15-minute trip, but they add up. Okay, so that's what it's saying. It's like, are you spreading out something that could be condensed into something else so you can spend this time, this energy on your family, on your friends, on yourself especially? So really think about that. Like, definitely look into your schedule and maybe write it down and just kind of take some time to reflect. If you need help with that, ask your angels and guides, because they will... I'm like, they're making me laugh, because they will let you know where you're out of balance. And they've let me know in my life where I've been out of balance. Sometimes we don't realize it. Like, I even remember with last summer, and with the lockdowns because of COVID, it's like, oh my gosh, like I haven't been connecting with people as much. It's like, oh man, you cut it out, and then I realize, wow, my connecting with people has been so much more surface level, because, you know, maybe we're too busy. We've got screens in front of us all the time. We're focused on other things, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's another thing that they're saying. It's like we're scattering our focus. And I mean, it's good to multitask and everything like that, but it's like focusing on one thing at a time, making sure that it's done and it's done correctly. It's more efficient than just being like, okay, well, I'm going to do this while I'm doing that and blah, like, just, you know, complete utter chaos. Like, they're making me see myself watching TV, and I'm also maybe watching a YouTube video and trying to get work done on the side, and it's like, it's too much, Jenna. It's too much. You made something that could be done in like half an hour spread to be 2.5 hours. So that's what they're kind of making me feel. It's like, when we weed out what's not serving us, whether it's weeding out like that extra time that can be condensed, or weeding out experiences and activities that we really don't like. So maybe you go to a class at the gym and you really don't like it, but you're just kind of doing it for fitness. They're saying, don't do it. You know, find something else that makes you happy, that brings you joy. Okay? So that's what they're kind of making me feel there. And when you weed out what no longer is serving you, then it's like, then you have that energy that you can allot towards activities and people that you really, you know, that you want to invest your time and energy into. So relationships, as I said, is an aspect of this. And the one thing with having these lockdowns, it's like, this can really teach you, this is kind of like the time of reflection too, right? This can really teach you who in your life is valuable to you and who in your life maybe doesn't see you as valuable. So there's different ways that this could happen, like especially not being able to see some family and friends. It's like, wow, I didn't realize how much this person means to me. It's like you could know that you care about someone, but it's like, holy crap, you know, I really miss being around this person. I miss hugging this person. I miss seeing them. I haven't seen my best friend in probably almost 2 years because it was still several months that I didn't see her before the lockdowns happened, and I miss her so much. And so it's like, you know, I knew that I loved her, but, you know, it's like, wow, I really wish that I had taken the time or, you know, went and saw her before all of this, but hindsight's 2020. And so it's like, okay, then there's the people that maybe we didn't miss as much during lockdown, and, you know, that's okay, having some distance from them. I think it's really good for us to reflect on our relationships, especially because sometimes, you know, again, like we're so busy and we're so used to our regular routines and how things are that when we kind of take a step back, it's like, oh, wow. Because I used to have a friend and we were friends for so long, and, you know, the way our dynamic was, I was just used to it. And then when I got depression, it's like I kind of took a step back from everyone, and I realized that this person really did not have my best interests at heart. Like, they just kind of only cared about themselves and what made them feel better, and they were more of an energy vampire, right? So it was like, okay, since I took this time to step back, I'm like, all right, you were taking up way too much of my energy, and without me even offering it to them, right? So by taking that energy back, it's like, wow, now I have energy for myself, to give myself more self-care, self-love, to put that energy towards things that I'm passionate about. So really just kind of figuring out where can we weed things out, what's working for us, what's not, and really clearing that space so that something more beautiful can grow, okay? Another thing that they kind of made me feel in the cards, like, it's, I don't know, it's so cute. This is how I interpret things with the images, but it's like there's a big starfish and a little starfish. So I'm really feeling that a busy parent, they're nodding my head, a busy parent or busy parents, this is really important for you. It's like, oh, okay. So part of the book, Present Over Perfect, that I was reading, what she was talking about, it's like they were so busy with things. It's like, again, with the, you know, going to hockey and doing this and that and that. And she said one time they were at the seashore and they were just kind of having like a vacation and relaxing. And they took the time and they asked their son, like, what do you want to do more of? And he said this, like, just us being together. And I thought that was like the sweetest thing, right? So maybe you don't have to do all of these crazy activities with your kids. Maybe it's carving out some time so that you just watch a movie together, or you play a board game, especially, they're nodding my head, board game preferably, because there's that interaction, right? And they also kind of gave me the example of like, okay, this doesn't have to be all the time, but if you have a workout during the day, like you need to work out to feel good, which, I mean, that makes sense, right? You don't want to cut out your workout. But maybe one day a week, could your workout be going to the playground and running around on the playground equipment with your kids? Or could it be you guys going to the beach and going for a swim, or going to an indoor pool, that sort of thing? Again, you know, when things open up a little bit more, depends on your area. But they're saying, like, kind of be creative with it too. If there's some spaces that maybe you can't cut out too much, can you combine things that you love with it? So again, with working out is just an example that I'm kind of feeling. Or if you want to spend more family time, well, you have to food prep. Are your kids old enough that maybe they can help out in food prep and have them join in? So it depends, again, on like what age they're at. Can they cut carrots, or can they wash carrots? Can they mix dry ingredients? if you're making meatballs or cookies, can they roll it up and put it on the pan? It's like, think about where you can combine these things too, okay? And the last thing that I'm going to say is, again, with the communication. Oh, right. With communication, so what they're saying, and I kind of already mentioned it, it's like, if you need help with this, don't be afraid to communicate with your spiritual team and say, hey guys, like, I really need your help. I want to incorporate more family time into my life. I want to incorporate more time for my passions into my life. Can you please help show me where I can edit my schedule so that I can do this? And really just ask them to help you, because they will help you with anything. They're there to help you, and they are happy to help you. Another thing that I'm getting is, especially with COVID and not being able to see people that we love, the communicate card, I love that it says, things left unsaid will never reach the shore. So to me, this is like, if you feel something for someone, if you think good thoughts about them, share it with them. So I've been trying to be more open about sharing compliments with people when I think things, because I think good things about people all the time, but I don't say them because I'm a little shy. But you know, if I see someone who has a nice smile, or if I think a woman looks beautiful in a dress or something like that, I'm gonna tell them. And so this is what they're kind of saying here, but I'm kind of feeling like they're giving me grandma feels. So some of you might have really realized how much you missed your grandma or your grandpa, or your mom or your dad, or whomever during this quarantine. But they're definitely making me feel like if you love someone, let them know, because you never know what's going to happen. You never know, again, with the pandemic, like, I didn't see that coming. I would have never in a million years guessed that this would have happened. So it's like, you never know what tomorrow will bring. And I don't mean that completely in a morbid way, but again, you never know, right? So what they're saying is like, don't leave things left unsaid. If you feel love and positive and positive thoughts about people, like if you have those positive affirmations, share them with people and spread that love. So those are the messages that I'm receiving for you, pile number 1 from the Mermaids. I hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye. Okay, so pile number 2, let's find out what messages the Mermaids have for you. So just to let you know, I am using my C Melodies deck, just in case anyone wants to know. All right, so these are the cards that I received for you in this reading. You have the Change card. Know when to move to a new shell, especially if yours no longer fits. I love this card. You also have Take the Helm. Be in control of your own ship. Beautiful. You have the Anchor card. Keep yourself grounded. And finally, the Meditate card. So make some quiet time in the still air. All right. So this is what I am getting from your reading, pile number 2. So I'm definitely feeling, especially with the Take the Helm card, and I love how it has a little captain's hat on it. It's like they're saying, be your own captain, you know, be in control of your life and the direction in which you sail your boat in, okay? So to me, this is like, all right, it's time to step up and take charge, put your captain hat on, and let's set sail on a new adventure. So I'm definitely feeling new adventure, especially with the Change card. And with it, I just love, I'm going to read it again because I love this. Know when to move to a new shell, especially if yours no longer fits. So they have a little hermit crab there. So to me, this is like you have outgrown a situation, and it doesn't necessarily mean that that's a bad thing. It's like, to me, you have been working towards something, and it's like, okay, I did it, you know, but now it's time to move on. And as I've been progressing on my journey, I've been doing things and it's like, okay, yeah, all right, I did it. I know I can do it now. And then I go to my angels and guides and I'm like, okay, I need more. I need more. So whether it's more responsibility or I need to help more people, whatever this journey is, it's like, you've already, you completed that level. Because when I was dealing with the cards and everything, I was hearing like the Super Mario music, like do 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 do. That was really horrible, so I apologize to anyone who had to listen to that. But it's like that leveling up music, and that's what they're saying. It's time for you to level up. So let's move on. With the anchor card, they have in the corner, and you won't be able to see, but there's an anchor, and it's like entwined with this rope. And to me, it's like you can be tangled up in something. So I'm definitely feeling, especially with the meditate card together, with those together, some of you maybe because you've outgrown a situation, you might not know exactly where to go next. So it's kind of saying like take some time in the quiet, maybe meditate, or just like go for a walk in the woods or that sort of thing. Safely, just go for a walk in nature and let the answers come to you, right? So it's like, ask yourself, where does my soul want to go next, okay? And they're nodding my head, yes. So if you're not sure, ask that. For some of you, I feel that you might know what this next journey is. And it's like your angels and guides are going to be your compass, right? So if you have been working towards something, and they're nodding my head again, I feel like you are on your life path. For those that are resonating with this, either way, I feel that you're leveling up. But if you've been on your life path and you've been working through the steps, it's like, okay, what's the next step? Where am I going next on this journey? And as I said, they're going to be your compass, right? You don't need a map. They're going to be your compass. So just say, okay, angels and guides, like I feel that I have done all that I need to in this level, in this experience. Okay, so show me the next step. Show me the next level. So that's what I do with my angels and guides. If I feel that I have gotten to the end of something, like, okay, yep, I completed all the tasks that I needed to with this. And it's kind of like a feeling. You will know, and they're nodding my head, yeah. You will know when you've outgrown a situation, and it's like, okay, let's move forward. And I'll be like, okay, show me the next step. I need more, guys. I need more. Show me the next step. And that's what I'm feeling here. It's definitely that. Let's see. The only other thing that I'm going to say is I feel that for some of you, the next step is going to be a relationship, and they're nodding my head again, yes. So again, with you being on your life path, this could be your life partner. You could be even doing your life purpose with them, because they're showing me life purpose. So it could be you moving towards your life purpose, maybe meeting someone who helps you with your life purpose, whether a mentor or that sort of thing. But I'm definitely feeling a relationship vibe, a romantic relationship. And yeah, and they're showing me 2 shells. So I'm definitely feeling that for some of you, that is coming in. All right, so that's all the messages that I have for you, pile number 2. I hope you liked this video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye. Okay, pile number 3, let's find out what messages the mermaids have for you. So just to let you know, I am using my Sea Melodies deck, just in case anyone wants to know what they are, because they are freaking adorable, if I do say so myself. Okay, so the cards that you have are Dance, and it says, take inspiration from the moonlight dancing on the surface of the sea. Wild, believe in otherworldly beauty, dance with the waves, and drink in the sunshine. And Optimism, after each rainstorm, there will be clear skies. Okay, So what I'm interpreting with your cards is I'm kind of feeling that some of you have been feeling down and that you maybe have been experiencing some rough seas, unfortunately. So this could be a variety of things, as this is a general reading, but I'm definitely feeling that maybe you're having a little bit of like some, they're kind of making me feel like dark night of the soul, or having a little bit of a difficult time on your journey right now. They kind of also made me feel that some of you may have had a breakup recently. So the message that I'm kind of getting here, it's like, create your own happiness in a way. And of course, there's going to be some down times in our lives, but what it's saying, it's like, okay, it's okay to be sad and it's okay to feel our feelings, but we also need to make sure that we're not like fully marinating in them, right? So it's like, we do have to feel our feelings. That's a really important thing for us to do, but the marinating part is an issue. And I know this is going to be easier said than done because it really depends on your situation. Again, with a general reading, some of you maybe have broken up with someone who you've been with for a very long time. Others of you, it could just be that I don't want to say just, but it could be that you are on your path, you're doing your healing journey, and I've been experiencing this where it's like a roller coaster up and down. So I might have a good week and then have a bad week, and not necessarily bad, but you just kind of feel sad, and that's okay. All right, and then what they're saying is, let's try to create a little bit of sunshine on those cloudy days. And it doesn't have to be a big thing. They're saying no, it doesn't have to be a big thing. So what they kind of made me feel for this example, it's like last year with the lockdowns, it was really hard. Especially to me in the summer, because the summer, like, there was no good TV on, and it's just like I had no other choice than to feel my feelings and be like, okay, well, here we are in my life. And I don't mean to make fun of it, but it's like sometimes you have to add a little humor to the darkness. And so what I ended up doing, it's like, okay, how are we going to bring in some bright spots in this thing where I don't even know when it's going to end? And the same thing with if you're going through a breakup, when you're healing, you don't know when this is going to end, when you're going to get better. So what I did was, I'm like, okay, you know what? Every Friday, I used to love having movie nights with my family. I'm like, every Friday, I'm going to rent a movie online, or I'm going to watch a movie. So whether I got Netflix or that sort of thing, and saved a movie for the Friday. So I had something to look forward to, right? They also kind of gave me the example of sometimes I would get like a little treat, like a little thing of Twizzlers, and I would be like, okay, so this weekend I can have this many Twizzlers. It doesn't have to be like that, but like I was trying, I didn't have a lot of money, so I was trying to spread out the happiness, is basically what I'm trying to say there. But it's like these little things, even my coffee, having a special coffee, I looked forward to it all week. So whether it's giving yourself something to look forward to at the end of the week, or at the end of a certain period of time, or it's just like, okay, well, you know what, I feel sad today, but I'm gonna go and watch my favorite movie. They're making me think of like Legally Blonde. That movie always makes me happy, but also when I was dealing your cards, I had the thought of The Wizard of Oz, right? So for some of you, that might be one of your favorite movies. I know my mom loves it. It's a good movie, so maybe it's that. But also, they're kind of making me feel like before, when my parents actually left the house more, my favorite thing was like cranking up the tunes and just like dancing around in the kitchen while I'm making breakfast or that sort of thing, and just singing songs to my cat. Like, it could be anything. So even if you just listen to one song that kind of lifts your spirits. So the songs that they kind of made me feel, and this could just be like specific messages for some people or just examples, take it however it resonates. but they made me think of the song by Cher. I think I don't know, it's the In His Kiss song. I don't know if it's called the Shoop song, I can't remember. But also that was in the movie Mermaids, which these were messages from the Mermaids, so maybe watch the movie Mermaids, that could be another message too. But that's a fun song to sing along to. And this one isn't as fun, but it's still fun. Nothing Compares to You by Sinead O'Connor. That's kind of the vibe that I got with the breakup, is like part of the song is very fun to sing, in my opinion. So maybe singing a song that's kind of sad but also kind of fun to sing, it really depends on you. It's kind of hard, right? Because to me, if you're going through a breakup, you should be experiencing the feelings, right? But what they're kind of saying, like, with me and my healing journey, I would have like the big sobs, right? Like just like this big release, and then it's like I had enough. I had enough of it and I needed a break. And you can even say to your angels and guides, you can be like, I need a break. They're gonna make me cry. I've had enough of this feeling right now. I need a break. So can we just take a break? And then what I would do is I would just watch a movie, okay? And it can be different for everyone, but it's like, all right. And sometimes they give me like a couple days, yeah, nodding my head, a couple of days just to recoup, because when you have those more intense emotions, and that's what I'm kind of feeling for you guys, like it might not be, like I'm not really feeling that anyone has passed away, but when you're breaking up with someone, there's intense emotions. When you're healing your childhood wounds, there's intense emotions coming up, like hurt your heart. Oh my gosh. So if this is you, and even if it's not even, think about ways that you can just kind of maybe like rest your mind, relax a little bit, maybe watch a movie that's funny. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. If it's too intense, please talk to your spiritual team and say, I need a break from this, okay? Can you please help me? Or can you please help me, move into maybe a more, a brighter spot, a more cheery spot. And they will help you. Like, they will help you. I remember I was feeling kind of sad a few months ago, and I was like, okay, I can't be in this sad energy anymore. Can you please help me to, feel happier? And I'm in the shower, and they have that tequila song, do 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 do, and it's like you cannot hum that song without feeling good and dancing, even though this isn't really dancing. But that's what I was getting from that. So, anyways, try to think of different ways to cheer yourself up, okay, pile number 3? So that's all the messages that I'm receiving for you, and I hope you feel better very soon, all right? Bye, pile number 3.